Hey, what's up y'all, it's Alex with Plus3 TCG. I'm going to be giving you a budget-friendly version of the DDD deck. Now, everybody knows this deck is kind of expensive with the Omega, the Crystal Wing, D-Barriers, and the Pot of Desires all kind of being necessary if you want to play competitive. However, not everyone has the money for that. So, that is why I figured it'd be nice to put together a budget-friendly version where all the cards are under $10 and it'd still be playable. You don't need the crystal. You obviously, if you're gonna play competitive, you're gonna want the Crystal Wing and the Omega. However, if you're just gonna play casual, you don't necessarily need it. You can get away with playing some extra synchro monsters that aren't so expensive. But anyway, let's just hop right into the deck profile. Starting off with 3 Kepler. Kepler is a really good starter. Gets you all your contracts, dark contract cards. Same thing with Savant Copernicus, also a really good starter. It's your Foolish Burial, gets you any of your DD cards, DD monsters that you don't have in the grave, into the grave. Then we have the Orthos. We're not playing this in the regular version, like the competitive, expensive version, but in this deck it's affordable. It's an MST in the scale, and it allows you to synchro because it is a tuner in level 4. Moving on. King Abyss Ragnarock. This is just another combo facilitator. Allows you to extend and get cards out of your deck. From there, playing 2 Savant Thomas. Savant Thomas is just another combo facilitator where it allows you to just pop a scale, special level A from deck, which you're usually going for this if you don't already have it out. This is also just another 8 target dark. So it's live for trade-in and for Allure of Darkness as well. That wraps up the Pendulum lineup. DD Swirl Slime, probably the card you want to start with the most because it allows you to do multiple things. You can do things in hand and in grave, which is really nice. Only 2 Necro Slime. You don't want to clog with this. You're not trying to open multiples. You're not trying to open multiples of any of these cards, but you are trying to see one of these cards in your hand. If you can start with this and this, that's usually a really decent start. Not a great one, but a good one. A start to the 3 and the 4 card nasty combos. Moving on, Lamia. Awesome card. Great tuner. You can recur it with the amount of combos that you can do in this deck, and just allows you to push for bigger boards. 2 Vanity's Fiend. This is on that borderline of not quite budget. This is like $9.50 to $10 right now, but it is 10 or under, so we're throwing it in there because it is a very nice way to end a board where you can end with a big synchro, maybe even 2 big synchros without normal summoning, and then summon this. And our last monster is Maxi, because it's Maxi trying to draw a lot of cards and prevent our opponent from going off. Going to the spells, we play 3 Contract with the Gates because it allows you to search any DD card in your deck. And then 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King because it allows you to fuse hand, field, or grave. Really, really, really good card. 1 Foolish because it's foolish and a lot of your cards are live in grave. 1 1-for-1 allows you to get your Lamia or your Newton. 1 Future Fusion. Now that Future Fusion is off the ban list, I feel like this card is very relevant in DDDs because even though you can't fuse or send from deck immediately on your next standby phase, this is going to allow you. So if your opponent doesn't get this off the field on their turn during your first standby phase after you activate this, you at least get to pitch Lamia or really just any of the combo pieces that you don't have yet. So it gives you a really nice second turn. Soul Charge, because it is a bomb in this deck. Once you have if you have an established board and then you can Soul Charge, you're going to have an even more insane board. So that is the end of the combo extenders. Now we're just playing 2 MST for the defensive because Twin Twisters are expensive and this is really affordable in this deck. And then for your draw power, we're just playing 2 Allure of Darkness, 2 Trade-In, and Upstart. These are all not very expensive, and they help you out in the deck. And then the last searchable, I guess just spot removal. Not too great in the other one, in the other version, but in this version it's searchable and it's spot removal, so you throw it in. It helps. Moving on to the extra deck. 3 Flame King Genghis, just because this is the best combo starter in the deck right now. This gets you any of your DDDs back from your graveyard if you summon another, especially summon another one. 1 Oracle King Dark, you're usually just using this as a 7 so you can sync with it, but leaving it on the board is nice if you have any of your contracts up on the 2 big DDDs. Yeah, Wave King, or Wave, Oblivion, King Caesar Ragnarock, and then we have Beowulf. This is usually just an Xyz fodder, and this is if you're in a pinch. You can bring out the Big Poppy and then do some damage. Onto the Synchros. Our names: Gust King Alexander and Accursed King Siegfried. This is usually just getting you into this, or getting into another 8. This is usually getting you into Crystal Wing. It's because you of course need the Synchro, but since we're not playing Crystal Wing, this is just another combo facilitator into another 8. For the non-name stuff, Formula Synchron, because you can make that to get you like four draws with this and Hyper Librarian. Let me know if you guys want to see all those combo videos. It's nothing new. You can just look on I can't remember the guy's name who does the videos, but there's a long list of combos that are already out. Anyways, like I said, TG Hyper Librarian, Allies Meteor Burst, because this helps battle phase, but it is also when you summon a nice combo facilitator, because if you have Ragnarock in the scales, summon Ragnarock and then you can summon something from your grave. And then here is where things start to differ. The Stardust Dragon instead of, well, here we'll just Stardust Dragon and Void Ogre Dragon. These are the replacements for Omega and Crystal Wing, but you can still make a really nice board if you have the 4-card combo of Void Ogre, Stardust, and a Titanic. Right here. Now, this is not under $10. This is like $11.50 right now. However, if you have the cash to spend, and you can afford putting the extra $150 down, go for it. If not, though, there are many other rank 8s that you can play that help. However, they're not as powerful as this. You can play Grinder. You could even play Felgrand. All of those are fairly cheap and definitely under $10. And then for our final rank 8 is Duodon King Kali Yuga, the Heavy Storm himself. You're really just using it for the Heavy Storm, and then like if it's on your turn, you just negate everything and then hopefully go for game. Hopefully you guys like that. Let me know if you want me to do more of these budget deck profiles. I know not everybody has the monies. However, Yu-Gi-Oh can still be fun even if you don't have the money to pay to get all of these expensive cards. You can still play combo fun decks and not break the bank. This is Alex from +3 TCG signing out.